Hello my Christian content creators, welcome to today's video. On today's video we are talking about how we can be able to create our thumbnails, our video thumbnails. Okay, that is the very thumbnail that is used on videos that you see on YouTube. Okay, so you can see thumbnails such as this. Let me show you some of the thumbnails. Okay, quickly, here is an example of a thumbnail. Okay, so here is an example of a thumbnail. This is an example of a thumbnail. So after uploading your video, you need to upload a thumbnail on it so that it can be attractive for others, so that they can be able to click and watch. Okay, so one of the tips that you have to take note about when designing a thumbnail is that you are supposed to use a specific font style. Okay, a font that will help your audience be able to recognize your video and be able to recognize that this video is coming from you. So as an example, you can see that I designed my thumbnail over here. Okay, I use this particular font, and in the other video you could see that I use this particular font, and you could see all the thumbnail is very bold and bigger. So with this, it will help your audience to recognize that this is your video, and they will be able to click on it, especially for those that have subscribed to your channel. And to all the people that have not yet subscribed to your channel also, when this is the first time they are watching your video, they'll be able to recognize that, oh, I watched a video about this and this is how his thumbnails looks like. So you could see I use the same font, on this thumbnail again. So I usually use two fonts, and this is the first font, and then the second font is Montserrat. This is the second font I usually use. So you can be able to blend any two of these fonts for a successful and a clear, catchy thumbnail design. Okay, so let's get back. So for us to be able to design a thumbnail, as I told you, get a specific font that you are supposed to use. Number one, that is number one. And then number two, you have to get a very catchy color. Okay, a very specific color that you use. Let me go back to my photos and then I will show you what I'm talking about. So when you look at this thumbnail, you can see that, okay, I have certain colors that I use. You could see the text is gradient white and then blue. All right, so these are the colors I usually use. Concerning the subject I'm talking about, you could see this one too, a gradient of white and then green. Okay, so that's it. Very neat, okay, and very clear. So I think let me scroll and show you more of the samples. Okay, so thumbnail is, you see, looking at this, okay, I use the Montserrat font and then that of these long fonts. Okay, so anytime my audience watch my video or they are scrolling through YouTube, you'll be able to recognize that this video is actually coming from me, because they have seen that I usually use this font style, and that of my color gradient or color applications are very, very intact, especially with that range of colors. Okay, so number one, choose the specific font you are supposed to use. Number two, choose a specific color, catchy color, okay, that you are supposed to use. And then number three, there must be clarity. Okay, it must be clear and it must be readable. When you look at this example that I showed you earlier, you could see that when this is on your screen, you'll be able to read it. Okay, it's very clear. You can't suffer before having an idea about what it is about. You can just glance through with your eyes and you'll be able to read it. It's very clear and very catchy, something like that. Thumbnail design is not usually about designing the way flyers are, maybe fire is burning over here and all that. No, don't make things very crucial, okay, for people. Thumbnail design is not about it's not a flyer design like this, okay. Thumbnail design is not a flyer design. Thumbnail design is supposed to be a subject and the text, okay, and maybe if an illustration, it should be very, very clear and precise. Okay, so let's get back to the practicals. We are going to be using an app on our phones, okay, called this app, Hypic, this very one, the green one you are seeing. When you have not yet downloaded it, please make sure you have downloaded it, and then you'll be able to design your thumbnail. So let me just click on the app. This is how it looks like, and then we will start by creating a new project. Okay, so you tap on the plus button over here. Okay, this have to display, these things will be displaying, so you tap on the plus button, import, and then this is the surface. You either go to I suggest you go to background, choose background, just click on this background. You could see a whole lot of colors, very plain colors, and I love the fact that you can choose any color you want. Okay, so maybe right now I want a catchy color like maybe, or should I choose yellow? I usually use black, but this time around let me just choose yellow. Okay, and you can see it, the workspace is now open. The reason why I love this app is that it works exactly like designing on a computer, because I can be able to scale it through I'm using two of my fingers. You could see the point. I am able to scale it up and down. You could see it zooming. It's very beautiful, very, very flexible. So that's it. Very powerful app, Epic. So you can see, okay, so from there you will be able to select the YouTube thumb, the size. You can just swipe through, and then you choose 16:9. That is for YouTube, the YouTube's video size. So you can zoom it back by using your two fingers. All right, so you zoom it back, and then now maybe I'm designing a video thumbnail about maybe how to pray. Okay, how to pray. Maybe my video title is called How to Pray Effectively. Okay, so I want to make it very clear on the thumbnail, so I can just choose by writing prayer tips for every Christian. Okay, so that at least people will be able to know that I'm talking about prayer tips. So when they just move to the title column on the YouTube, they will see that it is how to pray effectively. So the thumbnail will be prayer tips for Christians. So let's move to the text section. You can play around it so that you can get used to the features. Okay, so we will move to the text section. When we move to the text section, you'll see this display. It comes here like this, and then you will edit it. So you click on this. Here is where you have to write. Don't click on this. When you click on this button, you could see it will go off like it. You delete it. So just type here and your keyboard will pop up. Okay, so here it is, prayer tips for Christians. And one amazing thing is that using your keyboard you can add an emoji to the thumbnail, and it's cool, but I suggest not to add it. Okay, just this is for tutorial sake, so it. Don't add emojis on it. Emojis can be added to the video title but not on the thumbnail. So let me just do it, maybe capitals. Okay, so everything is in capital right now. And then so after typing, make sure you click on this very arrow, okay, this correct arrow over here. Then you are done typing, and then you can be able to, pan it using this very, you just place your hand on the circle, this very thing, okay, the very one, the circle, okay, the arrow that is turning up and down, just at the right down corner, just click on it, and then you'll be able to do it bigger. And then one thing I love about this app is that you can be able to click on this very dash, the green stuff like that, and then you will be able to turn it, shift it horizontally, and you can be able to see it working, flowing like that, just like a computer. So maybe I want it like this, maybe like that too, okay, but for me I want it like this. All right, something like this. So from here, let's choose our font, okay. And please, you can make sure that you switch on your data so that you can download the commercial fonts that you want to use. Okay, so I go to my font over here. This is the font. You can choose to use any of these templates, but please, I suggest not to use, because we want clarity over here. These things are so beautiful and so glowing too much. So let's go to fonts. We choose our fonts. I like this long fonts like this, so you can choose a bold font like this, okay. You can choose a font like, for me I like this. So then we move to style, okay. Let's move to style. This is where you can be able to add your color, okay. You can see it, you can add your color, and then from there you can be for this, the background, please note the background is yellow, is light, so I have to use a deep color so that the text will be able to show. So from here, what I have to do right now is that I have to, maybe you want to add a stroke. Talking about a stroke, it simply means the outline of the text, okay. Maybe you want to add an outline, okay. You can just pan the thickness you want to use. People use it and it's nice, but for me, I don't suggest it. It looks nice and it looks very catchy. Maybe you can use the outline to be black, and then you want the color of the text to be maybe red, okay, or white, or lighter color, something that will bring clarity, okay, something that will bring clarity. So let me just come back to my old style, the stroke, and then I choose. So when I don't want a stroke, I click on this very button, and then it goes off. All right, so that's great. Now let's go back. One thing I want you to understand here is that you could see that the prayer tips and then for Christians, there is bigger space between them. Let's go to alignment, and then we will choose through we will go down, and then we will use this character spacing. Okay, this is how it works. When you turn it higher, it goes far from each other, then you bring it closer. You bring it closer to your the way you want it, and then you click on this sign. From there, you are done, and then still use the same method. Use, open it up for bigger clarity sake. Okay, so from there, click on edit again. Maybe I want to edit the alignment again. I want to close it up a bit. Okay, this is great. from there. Okay, this is clear. Don't be so fashionable about this. Okay. So from now what I have to do is that I have to illustrate something concerning prayer tips and all that. So I will suggest that we put a picture over there that will just show that someone is praying or something like that. So let's just go to, I think I have some pictures on my phone. So let's scroll sideways and we go to overlay. Okay, so you click on overlay, then you select a picture that you want to use. So maybe let me just go through my pictures. I have some generated pictures that I have generated. Okay, so here is a woman praying, or maybe a guy praying. Okay, let me use this. Okay, so this is the picture. So I just tap on the picture so that I can be able to control how I want it to be placed. Okay, then I can just, for you to be able to zoom the whole of the page backward, tap on any of the screen, then you don't select anything, then you pan, you use 2 of your fingers, then you pan everything backward so that you can be able to see it well, and then you later click on the specific element you want to use, then you pan it. Okay, so I'm putting it over here. So right now someone is asking maybe how can I be able to put the picture down and the text will come up. Okay, so just tap on the text and then you go to order, then you click on up. So you are telling the text that it should come up and then the picture goes down. Now we are working on the picture. Okay, I have zoomed it just like the way I want it. So from there, if you want to cut out the picture, okay, you click on cut out. Okay, so let's go to cut out, then you select auto select. Okay, auto select, then you allow. The reason why this feature is available is because I have switched on my data, but when you switch off your data before using this app, you will not be able to have this feature. Okay, so I select it and then I click on this done symbol. You could see beautiful, powerful. See, powerful, very powerful. So you see, here we are, we having our thumbnail, very clean. In fact, I love this app a lot. I love this app. You see, I scale my text backward and then this guy is crying seriously, so it looks very clear. I can assure you, when someone uses this very thumbnail for a video, people will be in a hurry to click on it, especially when you do the necessary things that you are supposed to do, both in your thumbnails, both in your titles and your tags and all that. Okay, so here it is. This is very powerful. It's very simple, very catchy. What do you think? We can change the font style, okay, by going to edit, and then we will be able to change the font style. Go to font. Maybe we want a very bold font, then you could see we changed it. Then maybe we use something. Let's just break it down. Okay, so my problem here is that let me just break down the tips. I want to make the tips, the prayer alone will stand at the top. So I do it like this, and then the 4 will come there. Okay, so that I can be able to do it very big, and it occupies the space very well. Now let me just use the character. Let me go to style, and then I go to character spacing, then I let the space. Okay, perfect. From there I am good to go. See, this thumbnail looks very perfect. Please remember to switch on your data first before you use this very cutout feature, okay, of this app, because when you switch off your data, you can't be able to cut out your picture. Okay, so the second option is that when you are not able to cut out your picture automatically, you can be able to go to background remover, okay, on Google, and then you'll be able to remove your background from you'll be able to cut out your picture from the background, and you'll be able to download it as a PNG, and then you upload it over here on the thumbnail as using the overlay format. You click on the overlay, and then you are good to go. So here it is. Here is my thumbnail. You can choose to write anything, but I suggest that your thumbnail should be clear and catchy. Okay, should be clear and catchy. So that's it. From there, so after designing everything, you click on this very symbol, okay, this symbol at the top right corner over here, to export your thumbnail. You could see it's saved on your phone. Then we go to our phone. Let me just check it if it's truly saved. Okay, so it's here, and this is it. This is our thumbnail. The perfect size and everything is worked out. Okay, very great. You can see it's very clear, very clear. This app is very powerful and it's very good. Remember to subscribe to this channel so that you will not miss my next video. And hey, everyone in the YouTube Christian community, remember to also drop a comment so that I'll be able to be aware that you came to watch this video to the very end. Blessings to you, and see you. Bye bye.